All right, Dow down 2% today, and it's something to definitely be aware of. We posted this yesterday regarding these support lines. Say, is this going to hold? And obviously, it did not. It broke below the 50. So we're going to see if it's right now. I would expect some type of bounce up. Things don't go straight up or straight down. But is this 10 going to basically get to this 50 at one point? Not sure. But because there's been times where it's crossed before and it's just had some continuation, but nothing really serious crossed again. Nothing serious crossed again momentarily and then came back up. Um, but it's a good, right here, right now is not the time to go long to me in any way, shape, or form. If you have a pattern like this, I do want to see it above the 10-day moving average and then get above a lot of this congestion. I know it might seem like, is it time to short? We'll see. We'll see what power the bounce has. If the bounce comes and it doesn't rip to the downside, gives you a higher low, maybe that'd be a low risk trade for you or something like that. But let's look at the weekly um, to really say, okay, you see this is a huge engulfing pattern here. And also remember, we have the bearish MACD right now. And also remember that this is institutional. This is not retail, guys. This is not retail. So, and that includes me. So it's not a matter of, oh, he thinks he's better than anybody. No, it's to understand that who's doing this. And we're talking about these sideways tight candles, which didn't give you a trend. We didn't know if it was going to go up or down. We looked at the overall trend and said, okay, it's up for now, but it's broken down. So the only thing that you could trade is the right side of the chart. So don't, say, oh, you should have known. Who would know? So don't beat yourself up. But again, if you were stopped out of positions, your stops are there to basically tell you when you were wrong. Let's look at the SPY. SPY, same thing, not as bad, just on the weekly, but on the daily, you definitely can see that, is it going to come? It has broken the 50, and is it going to come to test these previous levels as well that were, if you look here, prior resistance that got broke above and then came back and was support again. So we just have to see what's going on for that. Even if you want to put a little bit of Fibonacci retracement, you see that this 38 level is around this same support level. So you have not only this resistance that turned into support, but it's also a fib level. Will it hold? I don't know. But again, it's just something to consider. Is that going to be a target for them, or are they going to, dead cat bounce it and then continue and flush the downside? It's a time for caution if you're not really, if you're short, you got to be quick. And there was a lot of great shorts today. So we'll see what happens from there. Again, if you look at the fib retracement, it's pretty much in line with what I had before. You look at the QQQ. Again, look at the weekly. The QQQ doesn't look bad at all. It just looks like an engulfing pattern, but it doesn't look like any support or anything is broken. So you want to keep that in mind. But in the daily, you definitely could say, okay, this, let me see. Let me take that off. Let me see. You have this going on, and you want to kind of see, okay, this has gotten touched a couple times. So is this going to hold? Only time will tell. But again, this is not the time to be going long right here, right now, just because you say, oh, this is support. Well, it's potential support. It's been support in the past, but if things always repeat itself, we'll be on an island, making gazillions of dollars a year. This isn't money harvesting, is trading. So you just got to understand that, are you willing to do that right here, right now? This is a huge move on some volume. So we got to see if that's a flush or not. Russell, is at the middle of this channel. We've been showing this channel for a long time now. So you can see this is a well-established channel, and it is at the bottom of the channel now. It hasn't broken the 50, but it's something to be very, very aware of. You can see again on the weekly, you see this nice channel that's been pretty much going for a while now. So a while being from last year, more than last year, quite honestly. So from the late 2012. So right now, you see an engulfing pattern. Last time you saw one was here. Let me see if I can find another engulfing pattern from these sideways action engulfed and then pop back up from the channel. So we'll see. But if this channel breaks down and you get a higher low and then goes down, well, There's a lot of room to the 50s, so we'll see what's happening from there. Some key names that we were looking at: Apple. Apple, I was looking for it above that 560, and it looked relatively strong throughout the day, but it did sell off. So let me actually put the 30-minute here. You see that it did try to test this previous level, and it sold off again. So is this level going to hold? It was past support. We don't know yet, but at the end of the day, you could definitely see that this has been, resistance, and now it looks like it's going to be support. And is it potentially going to be support again? I don't have a crystal ball, nor would I do that. But right here, right now, it's still just trading sideways, ping pong between 560 and 540. So that's something to keep aware of. Google flushed down hard, down 3% today, and we really just have to see what's going on for that. You could look to try to get some shorts maybe later on, but make sure the setup is right, because it could just be, let's say Monday, you just have a little pop up, and all of a sudden, oh, and then they flush it down. We want to see the power of what's going to be happening. So we just have to keep that aware. But again, the weekly, it did gap up and close, so it's basically an engulfing pattern or close therefore of it, or very, very close. So we see that we had this sideways pop up, and then it's coming back to test these highs. So we'll see how that goes from there. Priceline gave you at these highs, giving you like a shooting star pattern, or basically showing you the weakness of the bulls. So right here, right now. So is it potentially a double top? Maybe on the weekly time frame. I mean, you could just see it. You have one here and potentially one in this region as well. So it could be something that potentially happening. But again, you still have a very decent trade. And let me tell you something. If the high of this 1214.97 gets broken to the upside, that's done. It's going to continue to the upside. So it's right at the 10 as well. So I was looking at this actually the other way. Let me take this off. I was looking at it to say if it had broke, broke above, tested it. If it got back above this level of 1214.97, I was looking to get long this. So that's what, but it didn't. So I didn't at the end of the day. Tesla again, this shows some strength today, quite honestly. I mean, I was in this, I got stopped out yesterday, and right here, right now, you want to see if it could get above these 182.38 levels. You got Solar City. Solar City is breaking down from those lower highs, which is expected. Is it going to come fill this gap or maybe fill this gap? I don't know, but I would keep this on the radar. Some good names was actually Jazz. You might say, damn, that doesn't look good. Well, it didn't have the continuation. Yesterday was a really good day for it as well. So it's still almost, I mean, it's closed below the 10. The 10 is 149.55, and it closed at 149.19. So it is under, but I mean, the trend just looks, really good. But again, you have a shooting star. So I'm expecting some pullback again as well. You had HP. HP, bounced at the 10-day and closed above it on a day of today. I mean, relatively speaking, that is pretty good. You had UNP. That one kind of was it just went all over the place. So I don't know where this is going to go, but it's over the 10, coming back to this previous, these previous highs. So I don't know how that one's going to go. You have Biogen. That flushed down, but again, it's still over the 10 days. So I'm trying to just make sure I still look at the trend on the weekly. However, you do see that this is a distribution candle, meaning that they went all the way up, and then the bears took it all the way down and basically tried to close at the low of this week. But if it breaks above, it's a broken thing. So just keep aware of that. INCY, excuse me. This one looks good. I mean, it looks really good, actually. It just looks like a regular retracement, like, and nothing crazy happened for the day. So that shows some type of strength. You had ILMN. That one, again, didn't look crazy for the day, relatively speaking. So there's a couple names. Again, this is not the time to be going long, or because yesterday I was looking for some longs. I had some longs I was potentially looking at, and they didn't pan out. So that's fine. Facebook broke down from these levels, continued. So we have to see if it's going to, basically hold this previous pivot point of 53.35. You also have T-Mobile. That one was going sideways for a while and looks to be breaking and broken this last level here. So could it continue down? I don't know. Again, this is sideways, sideways. So weekly, it kind of looks all right. And that's something you need to kind of keep yourself aware of. And I actually have these points from way back in these charts as well. You had Las Vegas Sands that really took a beating today, down over 5%, 6% on the weekly. You could definitely see that there's a huge engulfing pattern to the downside. Also, MasterCard ended up from this, I would say dark cloud cover, but if it was dark cloud cover, I wanted to open up above this and close down, but it continued to the downside, pierced the 50, and maybe could be coming to fill this gap right here. So these are a couple names, but I really wanted to go over the indexes to kind of see what the true damage was done on those higher time frames, on the daily and weekly. And don't be a hero. Don't say, oh, buy the FN dip instantly. I mean, you want to be cautious. People, everybody works very hard for their money and builds up an account. And you don't want to just shard it away because you just said, oh, I saw a dip and the trend. Just be patient. I mean, just be patient because no one knows where it's going to go. Remember, we had that sideways consolidation I was talking about every day regarding the weekly, and now it's broken down. So I don't know if it's going to continue down. No one knows. Okay, so don't think that there's a crystal ball that that somebody has that knows what it is. It doesn't. So be very aware. It's down 2%, SPY down 2.1% today. So just be cautious if you're looking to go long. If you're looking to go short, you need to also be cautious, just to say, okay, let me limit my risk and kind of go from there. But this is definitely something that needs to be not taken lightly, that they've broken these previous pivot points and they did it with some significant volume as well. So it's a longer than usual video because there was some unusual volume today, so and price action. So I kind of wanted to really go into the indexes and go from there. So again, look at them and rewatch this video. And if you have any questions or comments, please leave some comments below. If you have any questions regarding something I've stated in this, feel free to comment. Email me at MaximusAnalysis@gmail.com, and I'll definitely put a video up for you or definitely answer it on Twitter. Take care and trade them well. Okay, stops are there for a reason. So if you got stopped out, don't feel it's basically you saying I can control my ego and I will live to trade another day. Take care.